My name is Ben Choy, and today we'll be chatting with a pharmacist that later found a new calling in life and a different way to help people. Our guest transformed his life through meditation and personal development work, which led him to author a book and develop a wellness app. In this episode, we will learn about his journey on how to achieve good health, happiness, and success in life. Sanjib Nandi, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Ben, for inviting me in your show. It's an honor and pleasure to be interacting with your audience. So I'm all excited.
When I was reading a bit about you, you mentioned that there came a point in time in your life where you became unfulfilled working as a pharmacist. What was the main driver behind the unhappiness?
I was trying to do what is necessary. I was, working as a pharmacist. I was taking care of my family, but inside, something was killing me from inside. I was not happy. I was not fulfilled by the way my life was going on. After struggling for 3 years, going into depression and coming out, you definitely have to think, what is happening? So that led me to, transform my life and come to a journey of self-transformation. I think it is a very exciting journey, and I'm very happy that, I have taken this journey, which has completely transformed my life upside down, and which is definitely going to help other human beings because, that is the purpose and meaning of my life, to help somebody else what I have learned in this journey of, 4 or 5 years of my self-transformation. So our brain is a 3-pound mass of a jelly. Its role is to keep yourself in a safe environment. It rolls and it consumes 20 to 25% of your energy. When you wanted to do some kind of change in your life, you have to train your brain to work for you. And that is the role of, what meditation does. That meditation focuses your mind to one particular thing. And coming back, how does meditation has helped me? Like scientifically, I have dived deep into this meditation process that if you do meditation for 5 or 10 minutes, initially I started, coming back to your question, that I started meditation 5 or 10 minutes a day. And slowly I have improved it, to 1 hour. I was doing at one point, 1 hour, maybe more than that. And what is the optimum, of one person should do? I will say it should be 20 to 30 minutes divided into morning 15 minutes and evening 15 minutes. I have, experimented on myself. If I do a little bit more, it does help me. And sometimes, I use myself as a guinea pig. I wanted to do, okay, I will not do meditation for a few days and I will see, what happens, inside me. And definitely, after not doing it for a couple of days, I'm again restless. I'm, again in a mode which is not calmer. But when I'm doing it on a regular basis, it is definitely, helps me. There are 3 things which happens when you do meditation on a regular basis. We have a almond-shaped structure in our brain, which is called amygdala, which is the fight and flight system. And what happens when you do meditation consistently? It decreases the electrical activity in the amygdala, which is the fight or flight system. So what happens, when the electrical activity in the amygdala decreases, you are less anxious and you are more relaxed, because that is the fight and fight system in our human brain. And once that electrical activity is decreased, the size and volume of the amygdala decreases, which means you are less anxious and less depression is also less. So that is one of the things which has been scientifically proven by Sarah Lazar, who is a neuroscientist in Harvard Medical College. The second thing what meditation does is either we are left-brainers or right-brainers. Left-brainers means you are more logical, analytical, you are more a reasoning person. And right, 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 And right brainers means you are more imaginative, intuitive. And either we are left brainers or right brainers. And what meditation does, it increases the thickness, the joining between the left and the right brain, which is called the corpus callosum. Once you increase the thickness between the left and the right brain, you become a whole brainer. And once you become a whole brainer, it means you are using your left brain and the right brain. So you are using your analytical reasoning knowledge with your imaginative and intuitive power. Then you become, person like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein, because they use whole brain. And that is, what I have figured out, and I have seen changes in my life that, I am more imaginative. I am using my intuition that, okay, this thing is going to work for me. So those are the things which definitely cannot be measured. It is not tentative. It's hard for any normal human being to measure it. But scientifically, they have measured it by ECG that this is the changes and this is the thing which is happening inside your brain. Because to change is to change your brain. I can, motivate you for 1 or 2 days. You are highly motivated. You will go home. Okay, yes, I wanted to change my life. After 2 days, you will think, yes, I wanted to change it. But the third day, you will say, I will try some other day. So that's the reason motivation doesn't last. And that is the reason, we have to see how we can change our brain. And the third thing, which I wanted to mention is what scientifically has been proven is it increases the size of the hippocampus, which is the learning and memory center. Once this, it is correlated to the number of years you are depressed. So the number of years you are depressed, the size of the hippocampus will decrease. And 8 weeks of meditation will increase the size and volume of this hippocampus, which means you can store more memory and you can learn new things.
Yeah, you mentioned the book, and it's almost like the app was an extension of the book because you wrote the book first, right? And then you created the app. So I think a lot of people can relate to the part that, everybody starts off with zero talent, and we can kind of go on and make a better life for ourselves,
Definitely, Ben. When we are born, we don't have any talents. We develop these talents over a period of time. We have 100 billion neurons in our brain. And each neuron has 10,000 connections. And how do you become better? These neurons connect to each other. And when you are repeating one thing, these neurons will form a long chain. And once you have repeated it so many times, it will have a myelin sheet over that connection. It means that you can do it without even thinking. And that's what happens with these sportsmen, that they have done it so many times that they don't have to think it. So learning is the key to become better at any field. If you are keep learning, keep developing yourself, you will definitely become good and best in that domain in 5 years. You don't have to be talented. You have to put in your time and effort to develop that skill.
Without giving too much away about the book, I was wondering if you could share maybe some of the key highlights, the stories, ideas, and maybe like the tools about the book, and just give the audience a little flavor of what the book's all about.
So the first chapter of the book is Life is Messy. Everybody's life is hard. And once you understand that, okay, this happens with everyone, then it's easier to manage your own life. So the first chapter is about life is messy. And it's all about moving forward and doing the things which you think is important to us. And the second thing is you always have a choice. You have a choice to change your life. That is your choice, and nobody can take a choice on behalf of you. And the third thing is learning is the key. We can learn anything new at any age. We have to take the best decision or the best foot forward in any kind of situation. And the third chapter is about Kaizen, which is a Japanese word which is called small consistent change over a period of time. So do small consistent changes so that you can trick your mind to do what you intended to do. So I have written in my book the law of reversibility, which means if you are changing your mind, you are changing your body. And once you are changing your body through exercise, you can change your mind. So it works as a law of reversibility. You can change your mind or body either way.
Wow, that's very inspirational. As we get closer to the end of this podcast, I like to leave it on a positive note, and I like to ask all my guests this question here. So here goes. What are you most grateful for, and what are you most looking forward to in the future?
The most grateful person I can say is my son and my mom, who is not here in this world. They give me the inspiration to push myself every single day. And I wanted to be a role model, as I said before, to my son. And I wanted to do the good things in this world and in this society that, when I die, I wanted to leave something which is useful, something which is beneficial to the other human being at the same time. That motivates me, that inspires me, and that pushes me to do the things which is necessary in spite of being hard. Because when we are pushing ourselves, definitely it is hard, it is not easy. But when you have a bigger picture that you are doing it not for yourself, you are doing that for your son, you are doing it for your mom, that it makes it a purpose, it makes it meaningful for you to do it. So that is the reason I wanted to do these things. And I'm grateful that I have my son, I have a family, I have good friends, and I wanted to see how far I can reach in my life and how I can benefit this society.
Sanjib, it's been an honor having you on the show. If people want to know more about you, where can they find you?
They can go to my website, www.zesttolive.com. That is my website, and it gives them an insight about my free app. I will definitely tell users to download this free app and check out how they can benefit it. And I can definitely assure that if they are using it for 6 to 8 weeks, it will help them move forward and bring them to a state of positivity.